headed down. We're going to get on the elevators right now. And once we get on the elevator, you're going to see that our history actually starts in the 1400s. So I guess we just magically appeared. It definitely is. You'd be wondering, like, how our people don't really want to know past that timeline right there, or why they think that we started right here.
To me, is the beginning of a discussion. It's not the end of a discussion. It's the beginning of a discussion, and you have to keep talking. And people aren't talking anymore. They're going off in their corners and screaming at each other. And that doesn't accomplish anything. It really doesn't.
Yeah, they had us tied up, so you want to sling that point.
Yep. One leg to each other's,
and what would
arm
happen,
to each other.
But you got to remember, the body was decomposed too, so the leg would literally come off. Yeah, you just gotta decode it. We gotta find the book.
The words here are
private prison.
Right.
So we got emancipating. Remember when Esau got what they got? Liberator or emancipated?
They got liberated.
Liberator. That's true freedom. Emancipation is old business time.
Right.
So we got transferred from public ownership to private ownership. The reason why it was public, because if a slave ran away, another slave master would do what? He can take that slave
in his head. Yeah.
So now what they have is what? The prison system, where it's private.
Private industries.
Okay, it was called the Moorish Empire. Moor just means.
I'm telling you, that's kids.
So Moor just means. Moor is a term that means moreno, which just means black. Blacks, we ruled Europe for 1,000 years. Okay, so that's when we started getting enslaved during the Spanish Inquisition.
Black Jews who sought to forge a new spiritual.
So they don't look at this as a fairy tale book. They know that this is accurate history. And the forefather of the Roman Empire. We were rulers, so I'm showing you this is really Esau's history. They became impoverished in 193 AD. In 1453, they rose back into power.
Control our history. And you look today, they control our image. The image that's put out on the media, who runs that? The rappers, most of the rappers, they make them gay. They have them in a dress. Almost all the rappers wearing dresses now. So they want to effeminize the men, and then they want to make the women masculine. And that's that same Willie Lynch. We got that book over there, Willie Lynch. It's not, God didn't put him here to make our life better. He put him here to punish us. He's made to make our life worse. That's his job. So just like when we were in Egypt, the Pharaoh made our life hard. Why did God want him to make our life hard? So that we turn back to him. That's the whole purpose. It's like if you got a child, you beat your child. You're not beating your child just to beat him. You're beating them because you want them to be obedient. You understand?
That's the question. Okay, look, because I want you to see, like that brother right there, right?
Christ when he returns.
That's the dead body in the great talk about. He don't know, so we're not saying like shame on you. I'm just showing you. I want you to see the scripture.
That's going into. There's a lot of
our brothers walk around, you asking their nationality, they don't know. They're spiritually dead right now. They don't know who they are. They don't know where they're going or where they come from. They don't know what's going on. That's why I said they have to rethink themselves.
And, because these are the curses that got put on the Jews of the Bible. So when you read Deuteronomy 28:15, read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So it's like, you know, that God will put certain curses on the Israelites. So by these curses, that's how you recognize who they are today. Read verse 16.
Verse 16, cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
So the Israelites will be cursed in the city. So when we look at today, let's look at the major cities. Who's cursed in the city? If you go to Chicago, you go to Baltimore, you go to Detroit, who's at the bottom in those cities?
That's us. There, man.
Yeah, I'm just saying, that's where you from?
California.
California. So when we go to Compton, Who's in the bottom of Compton? Your black and your Latinos, right? So that's a curse right there. So in the field, when we think about sugar cane, cotton, tobacco, who was doing that? Was that the people in Israel or was that us?
I was
history, I mean, we was there. Yeah, that's us. But we got the records. So that was us. That's why we got the books here. We got the records. These are history books, 1800s, 1700s. That's why we got them here. Read the 32, verse 32.
Verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
So it says that the Israelite sons and daughters will be given unto another people. So how did we get here to America? Us as a people. We was given to another people. So our children were sold off and stuff like that.
Shall serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger.
So we got to serve another nation for what? For food.
And in thirst.
For water.
And in nakedness.
And close, I'll give you a perfect example, like Kanye West. He had the Yeezys, right? He's just a name. So what happened when they took away his textiles, his distribution, his warehousing? He got to depend on another nation to get that stuff. He don't own all of that stuff. But watch this.
And in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things.
But watch this.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
Where the fire at? On the back of your fire, right here, on the front. The yokes of iron. If you Google that, only our images come up.
Into Egypt again with ships.
So God is going to bring the Israelites into Egypt, but it's not talking about the land of Egypt. It's talking about a spiritual Egypt. So like if you look right there, above the top of that building, what do you see? So where else you see that?
Yeah, Egypt. And the Vatican.
Yeah, and the Vatican. So it's saying God will bring us back into Egypt, or back into slavery again, but this time on ships. Read that.
By the again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
We won't see our homeland again, because when we got conquered out of Jerusalem in 70 AD, which Jerusalem is right around here, we fled into all these parts of Africa.
The guy that David Ben-Gurion?
There you go, right here.
Yeah.
You know where he's from? He was born in 1880s.
Yeah, I think he's like from Europe somewhere, right?
Poland.
Poland, yeah.
Now, anywhere in the world, where can't you take DNA at?
I don't understand the question.
So I can do a DNA test anywhere around the world, right?
I don't know about that.
Okay, well, in America you can do a DNA test, right?
Yeah, talk about
You can. Can you do a DNA test in Israel?
I don't know about that.
You can't.
Really?
It's against the law.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I'm about to show you. Yeah. Remember, he wrote this book, David did, right? And you know he's the first prime minister. I want you to read this for me. Read right here.
Hold that page.
All right.
And this picture. Okay, so this is the land that they stayed in, Edomites. Watch this.
Just the blue?
Yeah.
The whole page
No,
one.
this stuff above.
Okay, page 138. Of particular importance was his expansion to the south. The whole of Idumea, Edom,
which is a Greek word for Edom, meaning it's a nation of people, Edomites, right? Go ahead.
became a part of Judea and its inhabitants.
So if they became a part of it, what that mean? If they became a part, that mean they wasn't originally.
Yeah.
They was right. Read.
Were converted to Judaism.
You see that? This is the first prime minister admitting that we were converted. So that means we wasn't what we say we are. Read.
From then on, the Idumeans were as inseparable part of the Jewish nation, and their leading families occupied positions of authority in the Hasmonean state.
So the first prime minister is admitting that Revelations 2:9, what was read earlier, that we are not the real Jews.
Yeah,
that we converted over.
Right.
And proof of that is he's from Poland.
Okay, so then you would be, according to the Bible, you would be a descendant of Esau.
Is that right?
Yeah,
Okay.
according to the Bible. So that's what we're hearing. So he said, I do mean. So like right here, we got a.
What part of Germany you come from?
I don't even know.
You don't know what part of Germany you come from?
No.
So how you say look? You say German now.
Well, my parents are German. My name is German, you know.
All right, so look.
So where you from?
I never looked into it that far, to be honest with you.
So here's the history. So in the original 1611, you see Esau right here. This is his family tree. It goes down to your Romans and your Greeks. So that's why this was taken out. So they don't want you to know. Like they hide our history, they hide your history as well. So this is who all Europeans descend from right here. It says angels struggling with devils. So remember what I told you about how the Bible. So our ancestors saying the devils. You see who that is. Who is that right there? Who would that be right there? You understand that right
the
there?
pigment of the skin.
Yeah.
So and look at the hair texture.
White so-called white folks.
Yeah.
This is the hand of God. a black man. Right? So now get that real quick. 13.
See right here what they say right here that says the last judgment. So the final judgment is that the kingdom of Esau or this nation is going to be thrown down. That's why you're seeing America, the decline of America, that's all scriptural.
So read that.
13
and 9.
That's why you got a president that can't hold his own food. You're seeing the whole decline of the country. You understand that? That's being orchestrated by the Lord.
Revelation chapter 13, verse 9.
Now watch this.
If any man have an ear, let him hear.
So we all have ears, right?
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Who led us into captivity? So-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. You don't know that history?
Not really.
You don't know why white folks put us in slavery?
I'll let you talk it, man.
So that didn't happen?
I'm letting you say it.
So did that happen?
Yeah.
Yes, it happened. Okay, go ahead.
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
So this is our patience. So when you look at this image, we came in slave chains, right? Now watch, when you look at remember we drew this in the what? 1400s. Those are slave chains. They gotta go back. Y'all gotta go back into captivity for what y'all done.
That's
what they're showing.
And that's why
live peaceably with all men.
That's what we do. You know what I mean? Like, did we treat you bad or anything like that? No. So you get the rhetoric. The black Hebrew Israelites. What they try to do is scare people away and say, oh, they don't like white people. This and that. We don't have a problem with white people. Understand that? We definitely don't. The problem is God got a problem with white people because of what he did to his people. You understand that? But
that's so when first you started acknowledging slavery. Is that
that's not why. So when you got off that elevator, if you look to the left, there's a picture there. Did you see that picture with a bunch of people in there? Very bright colored picture. Okay. When you first got off, that was us being conquered. So we were being conquered. So they start our history off by showing you we were being conquered. So that was this right here. That was the Spanish Inquisition right here. This book right here, a lot of these books that we have up here are reprints. So if you look at this book right here at the beginning, this book is published in 1887. Okay. So this is a reprint. We have the original plates of the book, but it's just been reprinted so that we can buy the books today. Okay. So now most people don't know to buy these books, so they don't buy these books.
For surpassed its predecessors in the cruelties of its enactments. The preamble complained that the crafty Jews had eluded all former laws.
So that's us, the Jews. I want you to understand that.
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord.